The valley was quiet. The wind moved softly through the tall grass. A team of archaeologists worked there in that profound calm. They were carefully pushing away layers of soil. They were carefully pushing away layers of sediment. They were looking for signs of a forgotten past. Then they found a stone. It lay buried deep under many layers of earth. It was immense. Its surface was cut into a smooth, polished face. Close on the smooth face. This face had strange lines etched into it. Close detail, the etched lines. The lines fit together, with the precision of a modern machine part. This was not like anything they had expected to find here. The team gave the site a simple name: Old Valley. First aerial photographs of the uncovered stone were sent out. Images circulated around the world. People were amazed by what they saw. This was clearly not a normal ancient ruin. Close. Joints with gaps too tiny for a knife blade. The surfaces showed no signs of simple chisels used by known ancient cultures. The team prepared tests, packing samples into cases. A full scientific study began, one that would challenge our understanding of the past. The site itself felt ancient beyond measure. It was not just the single stone. As the team expanded the dig, more megaliths emerged from the soil. They were all part of a much larger structure. The scale was monumental. Each block weighed many tons, arranged in a complex pattern across the valley floor. The feeling on the ground was awe and deep mystery. How could a primitive people have quarried, moved, shaped such massive stones with such incredible skill? The silence of the valley seemed to hold the answer, just out of reach. The initial work was slow and deliberate. Every spoonful of dirt was sifted. Every new surface was photographed from multiple angles. The archaeologists knew they were touching something special. The first critical step was to determine the age of the site. The team had to know when these stones were placed. They used many different methods to be sure: radiocarbon dating, fragments of charcoal, organic material from soil layers directly above the structure, optically stimulated luminescence. It dates the last time buried sand grains saw sunlight. Close-up, sand grains. Cosmogenic nuclide dating, measured on exposed rock surfaces. This shows how long a rock has sat where it is. All tests pointed to the same astonishing conclusion. Results returned from several independent laboratories, all consistent. The stones of Old Valley were put in place over 15,000 years ago. That places the structure before the end of the last ice age, a time called the Younger Dryas, massive climate upheaval, far older than any known complex civilization. Predates the pyramids of Egypt by 10,000 years. Predates Stonehenge by even more. The dates made no easy sense. They created a profound, unavoidable anomaly in the human story. What they found was staggering. Not a random collection of stones, but a carefully designed plan. Lines formed parts of enormous circles, diameters of hundreds of meters. They used ratios like pi and phi, the golden ratio, mathematical constants that appear in advanced engineering and art. Some stones were laid out on a precise grid, with the same proportions and angles found in sophisticated plans. Main alignments pointed to astronomical events, the position of the sun on the solstices and to the equinoxes. They also aligned with the rising of certain stars and the setting of others. But these alignments were not for our time. They matched the sky as it appeared 15,000 years ago. The entire site was a complex machine, a clock, a calendar, a map of the heavens carved in stone. The purpose was clearly intentional. It could have been an ancient observatory. It could have been a map of the earth, or a place for rituals meant to harmonize with the cosmos. Or perhaps it was all of these at once. What stood out most was the astonishing precision, accurate to within a fraction of a degree. For the supposed technological level of that age, this was simply impossible to explain. The geometry suggested deep knowledge of astronomy and geodesy. This was the work of a mature, confident, and highly intelligent culture. They had a plan, and the means to carry it out on a grand scale. The stones were a message, written in the universal language of mathematics. A message we were only just beginning to learn how to read. Scientists took tiny samples, electron microscopes, X-ray diffraction and mass spectrometry revealed a very thin vitrified layer. Nanoscale polish, ultra-fine parallel grooves, and strange metallic traces in engineered ratios. The discovery at Old Valley was just the beginning. The team decided to widen their search. They turned their eyes upward. High-resolution satellite imagery, old aerial surveys, declassified maps, radar and infrared scans. And then they began to find them. Similar geometric shapes appeared around the world, some under shallow ocean water, others buried beneath desert sands. The signature was unmistakable. Lines and angles matched Old Valley's geometry. Circular features, rectangular platforms, long, straight causeways, all oriented in specific ways, often aligned to the cardinal directions, or aligned with each other. This hinted at a global plan. Old Valley was not an isolated case. It was part of a much larger network, perhaps spanning the planet. Maybe many places share a single lost design, mapped long before the age of exploration, by people who knew Earth's true shape and size. The locations do not seem random. They sit at mathematically significant points. We may be looking at the ruins of the first global civilization, one that flourished and vanished, leaving faint, geometric ghosts. It's, well, astonishing. Modern science moved in quickly to help solve the puzzle. The sheer volume of data was too much to handle alone. They trained an artificial intelligence system to study the shapes and patterns found at Old Valley. Then sift the world. It found dozens of new candidate sites, places that warranted a closer look. Deep ground scanning revealed lines, cavities, and right angles hidden under thick layers of earth and sand in remote lands. The surface showed nanoscale polish, ultrafine grooves, and engineered alloys, pointing away from primitive methods and toward high technology. Scans accurate to the micron revealed perfect fits. The blocks were designed to interlock in complex ways. Some joints seemed to allow for slight movement, as if built to withstand earthquakes or pressure shifts. The model raised more questions than it answered. Who built this? How was it designed and executed? Many experts urged the public not to jump to wild conclusions. They asked for more data, more on-site tests, tools, and debris. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. This caution is vital. It keeps the search for truth grounded and honest. Yet even skeptics admitted the precision and the ancient dates could not be easily dismissed. Scholars offered perspectives: softened stone, a glassy layer from rapid cooling, confirmed celestial alignments. Each view added a piece to the puzzle. It felt like we were standing on the shore of a vast, dark ocean of time. And from that ocean, something ancient had washed ashore. For many, Old Valley raised deep, personal questions about origins, skills, and knowledge that may have been lost. Could a great global event, a flood, or a comet impact, have wiped a civilization from memory? The story reached beyond stones and dates, touching history, culture, and the nature of collective memory. Some saw a unifying potential, a shared, forgotten origin that could bring people together. These are not piles of rock. They are libraries of information, a message from our ancestors. We must preserve them, explore with respect, proceed with care. There are clear, practical steps now. Dig with extreme care. Protect the site from damage. Share all data openly so other labs can test and verify. This is how science builds a strong consensus. Make high-quality scans and results public. Repetition is the heart of good science. AI and deep ground scanning will likely find more sites. Better instruments will reveal more secrets. Global teams can now collaborate in real time. Satellite data shared instantly. Rare samples shipped to the best machines. A global, tech-driven effort increases our odds. The truth is within our reach. We must be humble. Old ideas may be proven wrong, and new ideas may change again. The team may find a simple, natural explanation, or even more definitive proof of advanced ancient craft. Either way, we will learn. We will learn about our tools and methods, and how to work together across fields to solve the greatest puzzles. At the center of this story is a single stone in a quiet valley. That stone asked a simple question: who made this? The final answer has not yet come. But the search is bringing people together. Scientists are working with AI. International teams are sharing maps and samples. People everywhere are watching, learning, wondering. This is a story of slow, patient work, of great, soaring wonder. Our past may hold the most surprising secrets of all. The stones wait. They call to us to learn. The search goes on.